I watched a short a couple weeks ago, and I haven't had a chance to do a video on it, so today is the day. I watched a short of someone stating that the DEWALT fuel pumps are bad. And I was shocked at who was saying that because it's just simply not true. Now, if you know who I'm talking about, you don't have to call them out, because I'm not going to call them out. I'm just going to set the record straight, because I want you guys to understand something. Whenever I offer a product to you, I want to test it beforehand. So I do get a promo code from some of the companies that offer me products, right? And I like to test the products first before I release it as something I recommend, because I want to make sure that it is a good product. Now, Banks, I don't necessarily do that because I haven't had any issues with any of their upgrades. I've done just about everything you can do from Banks, and so far, so good. Just for example, I have Doc's diesel maintenance products on my truck right now. You haven't even seen them yet because I'm not done testing them. I want to make sure before I release my first video, I do recommend them. And so far, they're going well. And hopefully I'll have a promo code for you guys for that too. But regardless of it, sometimes we as creators of content and businesses get stuck in the let's sell products. And I don't ever want to get to that point where I'm just offering you something just so I can make money, because that's not doing you any justice. And I don't want to pad my pockets at the expense of somebody else if I'm giving bad information. So that's why I'm doing this video. Now, I looked through the comments of that video, and all the comments that were negative are at the bottom. Typically, if you want to find the negative comments, all you have to do is go to the top comments first and then scroll all the way down. Then you'll find all the negative comments, because people will typically thumbs them down. Now, the guys that were getting thumbs down were actually telling the truth. They were basically saying that, hey, I have not heard anything about DEWALT fuel pumps being bad. And so I did a search online, because maybe before I do a video, let me just make sure this is actually true. Maybe there's something I don't know about the DEWALT fuel pump. And to no surprise, I found nothing. As a matter of fact, I found people who were trying to switch from the CP4s at the time to the DEWALT fuel pumps because people knew they were going to be more reliable. Now, here's something you have to understand. DEWALT is a really popular parts manufacturer. As a matter of fact, they make most of the parts, or back then when I used to work for Toyota, they made most of the parts and components for them. And I think that Toyota had a stake in them at one point too. So I haven't looked this up. I just know from my research, DEWALT is probably one of the best when it comes down to building parts. Come to think of it, Bosch is actually a reliable parts and component manufacturer too. However, most of you guys know the CP4 name, which is prone with failures. Now, if you don't remember, GM was the first HD truck to adopt the CP4 fuel pumps. Then Ford decided to, then Ram decided to. All of them had problems. Now, why was that? It's a good question. Does anyone know what LSD is? And I'm not talking about the drug, I'm talking about low sulfur diesel. During the 90s, they actually restricted the amount of sulfur in the diesel. So it went from basically 5,000 parts per million down to 500 parts per million. Now, just a few years later, in the 2000s, they said, well, 500 is too much. So now we're going to go from 500 down to just 15 parts per million. I will explain why they went down to 15 ppm here in a second, because it's in that article. But you've probably heard it said, your fuel system can cost anywhere between $15,000 and $20,000, okay? If you have a failure, obviously with the CP4s, the main issue was the metal shavings getting in the system, and then of course taking out the whole fuel system, and it's $15,000 to $20,000. Now, thankfully that is covered under your factory warranty, and I know Ram has done recalls. I believe GM has, but Ford has said that they don't need to do a recall because they figured out why they were having that issue, and they were blaming it on old biodiesel. So you've also heard it said, if you put DEF in your fuel tank, let's just say what happened to my, I I could have sworn there was something here. Something's missing on my truck. Regardless, if you put DEF in here, if you start the truck, that's gonna cost you $15,000 to $20,000. Now you're in luck. If you decided to do that, or maybe someone that works at your company did that, your insurance will actually cover that. But I would not want that to claim on my insurance. Just telling you right now, that would suck. So in a lot of cases, people will assume that they should just go ahead and get a aftermarket fuel pump. And I'm gonna just tell you right now, I wouldn't. The Denso fuel pump is reliable and capable of insane horsepower numbers. I want to say these trucks have been tested up to like 800 horsepower on the Denso fuel pump. So don't let any company tell you that the CP4 made by Bosch and the Denso HP4 is the same when it comes down to failures, because it's not true. I could even make a claim that the CP4s are also going to be reliable. But before we discuss that, let's continue in that article. Now here's something you're not going to expect to hear from me. I am not against them reducing the sulfur content in the diesel. I think that it was a good thing because there are some actual good things that came out of lowering the sulfur content. But the problem I have is they didn't replace that lubricity with something else. And that's why I think personally the manufacturers and the EPA has failed the American people, because they created problems. People probably lost their business because their trucks kept going out because of these failures. So with that being said, why did they lower the sulfur count? This is something I don't agree with, but here's the reason why. You ready for this? You guys understand the lubricity loss, we explained that, but here's the main reason why modern diesels required ultra low sulfur diesel, because that's the 15 parts per million. The push to ultra low sulfur wasn't just about cleaner air in general sense. It was a prerequisite for a specific technology, the diesel particulate filter, or DPF. Starting with the 2007 model year engines, manufacturers began installing DPFs and catalytic exhaust treatment systems that can reduce soot, hydrocarbons, and carbon monoxide emissions by 60 to 90%. These systems simply cannot function on high sulfur fuel. And the reason why is because it creates ash. And just the same thing goes if you were to put gasoline in a older diesel truck, you could go get some motor oil, drop it in here, let it dilute, and that would pretty much be fine to burn. However, can't do that on a emissions equipped truck because that ash will completely plug up a diesel particulate filter. So in closing, I want you guys to know this. If you want your truck to have reliability, especially on the fuel system, all you have to do is right here. As I said, Docs has sent me some of their stuff, so I'm going to be testing this stuff out. I've been running it now for a couple weeks. I don't normally drive this truck unloaded. I like to tow with this, but I'm doing oil analysis. I'm doing so much to help you guys out. Oh, look, I even have some right here. I don't know how that fell out. By the way, you guys see? Josh gave this to me. Truck stuff. And then you guys know on my website, I'm going to be offering this for sale. My Lorenzo's. So I have additive for days. Now, you might be wondering, well, why not just get an aftermarket pump? That way you don't have to run additive. And that's actually a good statement. You know, why would someone want to spend potentially $60 probably every 60 days or so running additive when you can just get a better fuel pump that's going to cost you what, $1,000 maybe, and not including installation? But yeah, that's a good question. But here's the thing. My bad, I completely forgot. I got to meet a friend today and I'm not paying attention to time. But yeah, what I was saying was, even if you buy an aftermarket fuel pump, you still have to run a additive for your fuel because you don't have that lubricating property unless it's a premium diesel, and you have to do your research to make sure they're adding in some type of lubricity to their fuel. Remember, It went from 5,000 parts per million down to 500 parts per million down to 15 parts per million. So if they're not adding back in the lubricity, then your fuel is lacking the lubricant that it needs. So I think personally, if a company is going to put a claim out there that something is unreliable, it should always have proof, right? We know that the CP4 is unreliable because we saw the failures from all three of the manufacturers that build HD trucks. And Ram was really the only one that did a recall and went back to the CP3. And even still, with the Fords running the CP4s, you're not hearing a lot of failures happening with those trucks. So that's why I would be very mindful of when people are telling you to buy a product because something is unreliable. Do your research, and you don't have to take my word for it. Please don't. Go out, go online, look up Denso HP4 failures, and let me know how many forum posts are made because of those failures. You won't find any because I have already done the research. There is not a lot of claim of them failing. Now, do they fail? Absolutely, just like any part can fail. I mean, even the most reliable engines can have failures, just like back in the day. Like, we knew that the Cummins and even some of the Power Strokes were known to be very, very reliable. You can go 500,000 or 1,000,000 miles without any failures. Even these Duramaxes, I've done videos on a truck that had 397,000 miles, I believe, like 4 years ago. And they can go the miles, but you have to do your part to make sure that they're reliable and can do that. So I hope this video was helpful. If you know of anything, I asked a few master techs at dealerships. They too told me they have not heard of any major failures with the Denso fuel pumps. So again, peace of mind is just run a little bit of additive, you know, maybe every other fill up, and you'll be good. So be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. Make sure the notifications are on. See you guys soon.